Hello everybody, we're going to start off by making our first product soap. So what we're going to be doing is using a clear soap base for this first one. I think this will be the last time I use a clear soap base, still debating on it. But we're going to get our soap melted here. I'm going to cut them into small cubes. This is going to be our first soap. This is the soap called Fresh. I'm not gonna butcher it on camera right now, but I will have like official pronunciations for the names in Evo when they do launch on the website. But this is gonna be our Lily and Lemongrass scented soap, and I do have some Lily and Lemongrass. I'm going to color it with a mica that is soft light amber gold, and then Lily and Lemongrass essential oils. Alright, before we start melting, we have a big 5-pound block of soap we have to cut. So I'm going to measure it over in here, and make sure I cut it properly. This isn't on, so it's fine, but I'm going to be putting them in here and measuring them on my scale over here. I'm going to do it in parts because this is obviously not super big, and then I will be upgrading to a bigger pot so I can make it more consistently and like a one-go kind of thing. But for now, this is what we have. This we're gonna work with. This is how we start. You know, you gotta start somewhere. So I'm gonna start by just opening up our clear soap. And I will say, like, one of the things that's so cool to me, so I was really worried about like where I was gonna start off and like how I was gonna start doing the soap making, right? And I was like, I really want to do, you know, traditional like cold process, but like I've had a lot of stuff happening in my life, which if you are aware or you know me, you know, I have a podcast, so I detail more stuff on there in terms of current life happenings. But in general, I've had a lot of life stuff happen, but I also want this to be able to be something I can still do while I'm in pharmacy school. So to be able to do that, I can't really have too much time tied to the actual like measurements and stuff of the soap. So that's where I decided to do pump and pour soap making, and figured that that would be my best bet into making soap that is not only, you know, organic and natural and homemade and beautiful, but also to make a soap that's like affordable and something that, you know, is affordable in terms of my time. So this is the clear base that we're starting off with. My scale is over here, right here. I don't have like the best setup right now, but I'm going to show you stuff like in parts as much as possible. And I'm just going to, you know, put this back on, tear it out, and that's the thing cup I'm going to be using. And I'm using a very scuffed knife. Everything I use, obviously sterilized and everything like that. I have my isopropyl alcohol that I spray. I do wash everything before I use it, in terms of like packaging and stuff, but I also, you know, sterilize it with the rubbing alcohol, just to make sure that you guys are getting very quality products. this little chunk. We're gonna just cut these into one of squares. I don't have a cutting board that I'm using right this second. But I'll be using the lid for this to kind of save time. I like this. I like using this knife because it is a little bit smaller, and I do feel like I have a little bit more control. I'm gonna cut these again. I'm gonna cut them into squares about this size. We're gonna go ahead and put them there to start measuring it out. So like, as I said, obviously I don't have a lot of space to work with this like melting pot here. It's one that you can put directly on thing. You could also use it as a little boiler. But it only holds like 3.6 liters. So that's only about like 28 or so ounces. I was really surprised because I actually got this in a kit because I wanted to, you know, get started and, you know, get some like freebies basically with the kit and like have like the melting part. So I like it for that. And I basically was able to do my first test soap, which is really nice. And I appreciate being able to do that. With that kit, basically it just allowed me to, you know, get started as soon as possible with doing stuff. You can probably see the branding on it. Not sponsored, by the way, but I do really like the kit. I would definitely say read your instructions before you start, as always. This kit itself, like the system, so like the pot itself and the burner, has like a protective coating, so like you'll smell, like initially when I made my first practice batch, it kind of smelled as if my soap was burning, but it was not. And I have that up on my YouTube and my TikTok. TikTok not as in depth, but my YouTube definitely has like each section that I've done. I have currently 6.5 ounces of soap, and as I said, it can hold max like 28. So we're gonna go ahead and cut another chunk off. So we're just gonna cut across like this. And then I go into the middle and cut across and down. And then I also have like this. Cut across and down. Another big block. So what I think is really cool about using the clear soap bases is that when you use them, you have like the liberty to like color it or not. With the color, whatever you use to color it, it becomes like, it comes out as a true color, you know. With the white bases, or any white base really, they come out more like pastel. Making sure not to hit my finger on this. Also making sure that I'm getting my sense cubes. think I'm gonna do like 10 ounces at a time for the warming. And as I mentioned for this one, since this is the Lily and Lemongrass soap, I'm gonna do like a slight like amber color, and I'm gonna put that in another one of these containers and put it in the bottom. On my YouTube I mixed the mica with a little bit of the rubbing alcohol, so like if you see it bubble up, that's why. And it's basically to like just hold that. I'm not gonna put as much because what I did before is I put the mica powder and the rubbing alcohol in like a measuring cup and then made sure I mixed that. And then after I mixed it, then I poured it into the soap and let it like be warmed with the soap. Dang, I'm already at 10 ounces. It's up 4 ounces in the thing right now. I'm also using the block basically as a nice little cutting board. But I'm gonna be trying like different methods to like how to best like get the color on the soaps. Because this is clear, I was thinking like having a like nice like see-through soap bar would be really nice in the shop, especially in contrast, because for the most part I'm going to be having white type, so like not clear soap bases. I'm going to be mainly using shea butter, African shea butter, for my soaps, which I think is really, really nice. I'm gonna do maybe like a pound at a time. Actually, I should do enough to fill up one of the molds. So the molds that I have are like the 6 ones, so you could just pop them out. I like that a little bit better for now. Obviously, scaling up is going to be a little bit harder to work with like singular soap molds, but you know, again, work with what you have. Let's start there. Let's just move that cup out the way so you guys can see a little bit better. So currently at 14.5 ounces in the measuring cup on the scale. And I think we'll cut this last block. So this is like 3 like 1-inch slabs to get these 1-inch by 1-inch cubes basically. I'll see how much that gets in terms of weight. It obviously says that it's 5 pounds, but it could obviously be a little bit more or a little bit less. So I just want to make sure that I'm accounting for that in my soap making. We're at 18 ounces now, 18.3 to be exact. And I did consider like using like gloves while doing this, but and I have like planned to like use nitrile gloves, but I want to make sure that I'm being conscious of those that may have latex allergies, so I'm not using any type of latex anything. Here we're gonna go ahead and turn this on, or maybe no. Plugged in. We should be. So I'm at 22.1 ounces right now. Here. 22.1 ounces of soap. Which I'm gonna get these little bitty pieces. So, sure there. Count it for. I'm gonna turn this off. I'm gonna double check and make sure this is already work. Okay, I just had to replug it, so everything should be fine with this. I'm gonna go ahead and turn this on then. And I have enough to do at least one mold full, potentially two. See, I have the silicone molds that are like the single pop outs. I sanitized them and everything. I only have 4, so I can make max of 24 soaps at once. In that style, I have my practice test soaps, which came with the kit actually came with like a color, 3 colors, like the primary like soap dye colors that are liquid. It came with 3 scents: orange, lavender, and rose. And then it also came with a soap base. So this is what I made from the test batch. It has a little bit of discoloration from the back. I'm not too worried about it because it gives a really nice ombre effect. But I really wanted this to give more of a red, like a true red. And obviously that's not gonna be possible because this was a white base. But I really like how this turned out. It's really pretty. When I was cutting the soap for this, like I got a lot of soap because like it already came like in like slivers. But even though it came in like little slivers already, okay, it's starting. So this was 22.1. Ooh, let me go ahead and move that so you guys can see. So that is going in there. Nice and dandy. This was 22.1 ounces of soap. The little measuring cups are exactly 3 ounces empty, which is really good to know. Very nice to note all the numbers. So we're gonna do some quick maths. So with 22, English is so hard sometimes. 22.1. If I want to make the full 6, and these are each 4 ounce containers. You know, a tip that I learned is that if you don't know what size or how many ounces the little mold are, put it on a measuring scale or have a measuring cup. So I didn't have the scale yet. So basically what I did, I used a measuring cup that had the ounces on them. And I used that to know how much water was in there. I filled it up a little bit more than what I thought it was going to be, poured out the rest, and then poured it back into the measuring cup to make sure that I had the right measurement. So I really like this kit because, ooh, don't be popping like that. The soap in this melts really fast. Like, it's really good. Like boil. Like, I don't know if you could see, but like at the bottom, it's literally like already like melted. So this is at 3 exactly. I'm gonna tear it. So that's 22.1, I want to try and get to number divisible by 4. So the next number divisible by 4 is 24. And that'd be 6. So I just need like 2 more ounces worth. And hopefully that should be enough to essentially fill one whole mold. And I'll just do one whole mold at a time. And then when I get this first mold done, I will just do the rest. I'll film it and do like probably like a time lapse or something, but do it in a way so that like it's not a burden on you guys to have to watch it. It's melting so fast. And I feel like I should just filled up 2 like measuring cups fulls before I turned it on. I'm gonna do a quick review of this kit after that's a point. Oops, let me make sure I'm holding this so it's a little bit of spin for it. See, it's really nice, like clear. I don't know if you guys can see that. Really nice clear consistency, and it melts very, very evenly. That right here. Continue to cut. I'm so silly. I didn't put the thingies. Okay, what I'll do, I'll eyeball it. That was. If that was 1.1, this might be like 2. Yeah, so like I basically put 2 in there, 2 ounces already. So we're just gonna have these be measured out for the next part. We love quick math. Melting all nice and pretty for us. And we'll finish cutting this one. And then I'm going to move on to the preparation for the mold to be like mixed. So like I kind of want to have, I want to have the color in there to have it be mixed. So I'm going to get the measuring cup ready for the color. Okay, so I'm back. The soap is melting beautifully, evenly. Only had to put on 1. Initially, when I first turned it on, used it. I put it on 3, much too high. Very, very hot. I also have my temperature gauge right here. So I'm going to make sure that it is getting hot enough. The laser on, and it's only on 100, which is fine because I'm doing a very slow melt because I'm like cutting and doing it at the same time. So I'm going to get the container ready. I'm using some rubbing alcohol to basically dissipate some of the mica powder in, so that it can like be able to be properly dispersed and the color be seen throughout the soap. So I used the little spoon that they came with, and the color is really, really pretty actually. As I mentioned before, this is a soft light amber gold that I want to go with it. Kind of, but not really, to match the lily color. And I think I will be doing the little embeds of some lily and lemongrass on the surface. And we're gonna put, that's a lot actually. Not put that much for this one, so put that much. And we're gonna see how much. So we leave this one out here to get the actual makeup powder from it. And get the other one from the back. And we're gonna make sure we sterilize this. Allow the hole before we use it. I'll put that in the, use this to actually mix the makeup. I'm gonna check the temperature again. It's like a generic about 110, staying at 110. So we're gonna mix this. I don't want to use too much makeup powder, because as you saw in the other one, a lot of the makeup powder condensed to like the end, but look how pretty that is. That is so pretty, so pretty. I'm gonna put this in there like so. Mixing, and then we're gonna take this and give our pot a nice little stir. Oh no. Oh. Yeah, so basically what happens sometimes, if you don't, like, you can cut it up into chunks, but it'll still like I had like smaller chunks than this in here for the test batch, and like they still basically like, you melt it so it can, you cut them into cubes so they can melt easier, but then they also clump together, so then it, like, you're worried about it not melting properly or not melting evenly and you're still burning. Look how beautiful that clear color is. You're worried about that, and it's like, oh no. So it's melted a little. Alright, got some gloss on the sides. I like that you can see that it's melting. Again, very nice. It's not to trace yet, so that's good. But it's on a nice low, even temp, so I don't have to worry about warming it too fast or anything like that. I have the micas mixed, so I'm gonna go back to cutting, I think. I'm not quite sure yet. My hand's on the knife to continue cutting some more, but basically go until I touch the bottom of the lid. And this is the lid for the pan, but I found it nice and easy to use, and I actually like using, like, I'll eventually use a cutting board, but I do like using the lid of it. It doesn't scratch or anything during cutting, for one, but for two, like, I can also use, because I'm putting the soap on it, it basically acts as a cleaner for all the stuff that I'm using. So like when I go and I wash all my stuff to get ready for the next batch or next use, it's being cleaned, because it's being cleaned with soap already. So that's the next big piece we're doing. And you can see that it's melting, but it's also forming a little film. It means it's not hot enough right now. So actually, before I continue doing it, I'm gonna turn it up to 2. Because like the first layer melted enough, but the rest of it is not melting. Yeah, so, and then when it forms that layer, that means it's basically cooling down enough to like go stiff and like hold the mold. But like obviously that's not good at this point because we haven't finished melting all this up. So we're gonna make sure that we do that. We're gonna cut some more. And wait for that to melt. And it is on. I don't know if y'all can see that, but it is on. I'm cutting them up maybe a little bit smaller to melt. It's so weird because like this thing is like, it feels like it's almost full and like it's not near the weight that it was before yet. Okay, we're gonna give this another stir. Break open that film. Make sure it doesn't stick to the sorry, I'm all up in y'all's face with this. So I guess the biggest challenge with even like melted pour, like yeah, you don't have to worry about like the lye stuff, like you can see it bubbling right there, but you do still have to worry about making sure it's the right temperature at the right time for whatever you're doing. And this is like perfect. It's like 160 right now, which is really nice because that means it is definitely going to be melting all the soap as needed. And before I do remove this off of the heat, that's really cool. I can also turn that off. So basically with this one, you tap it to get the 1, and then you hold it to get a continuous. I like having the light on so I can tell directly where it's hitting at. So like if I'm hitting directly at the center, obviously it's going to be hotter than if I'm hitting it like right here. So like right here, it's like 180. Let me go again. 170, and then over here, it's only like 130, 140. See, it's nice and liquidy now. Nice and liquidy now. So I think now I'm going to go ahead and pour it into the mica powder one. You don't want to add too much rubbing alcohol. Speaking from experience, because it will, it'll take your scent basically, for lack of better terms. So we're gonna take that. So it's all nice and together now. And then I'm just gonna pour this in here, and I'm gonna use the spoon to mix it again. I'll go ahead and turn this off for right now. But that's the color that it is right now. I'm gonna do a little mixy mix. I don't know if y'all can see this. Y'all cannot see that that well. Hold up. So y'all can see this a little bit better. This is it right now. Mixed. And it's gonna come out nice and beautiful gold, like not too much gold to it. What you don't want to do is that. But basically, this is at the slow down stages. It was too hot with the soap not really in there like that. So you can see where I was trying to burn soap right there. That's on my bad. But I'm gonna go ahead and start getting prepared to pour this in some molds and then get started on the next mesh after I clean this out. Okay, so like I mentioned before, I've cleaned this out. We're gonna hear that because the what you call it. But we have this out. I'm gonna get this out of the way for now. Whoops. Just put this like so. Here. And we're gonna do our first soap mold. So have our mold here, right? Make sure I'm spraying it, sterilizing it, and it's ready for the pour. Before I do that, I do need to add the essential oils. So we're gonna start off with lemongrass, and these are super teeny tiny essential oils. So basically what I did is I got a really big essential oil pack so that I could test what scents I want to use without breaking the bank to get something I might not like. And I'm not gonna put anything out that I'm not gonna like. And I would say I have a very wide range of the types of scents that I do like. So I try to be very fair in what I'm doing. I'm just very slowly. Okay. Alright, and then we have our lily that we're gonna add in. Before we do that, we're gonna give this a nice little stir because it is trying to set on the top, and I'm trying to make sure that that goes to the middle and melts back down. I actually really like this color, and I feel like I should have saved it for the other another set that I'm working on. This is our lily. So it's enough for a little bit of, actually, per pound. I made a oopsie, I need to add more. Just a couple more drops of the lemongrass. All right, I can tell you, this is honestly the scents that I picked out, I thought were gonna be my favorite. Like, this is by far like my favorite scent. Like, hands down, this is my favorite scent that I have in my shop. And the color, I don't know if you can see that color. Look at this. Look how beautiful that is. As a clear, amazing. So I really like the micas. So I'm gonna put this in here for 50. It'll be fine. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. Okay. I'm gonna double check the temperature. And it was literally right at what I needed to be for its cooling. To be able to add fragrance oils and everything. Cause I low-key couldn't forget to check. But yeah, so these are 4 ounce cavity molds. Actually, before I do that, I want to actually show y'all how it is a 4 ounce cavity mold. Okay, so now we are ready to pour into the mold. I've already cleaned that out, sterilized it again with rubbing alcohol, and our soap is ready to be set. So what I'm actually gonna do, I'm actually gonna move the finished ones off of this pan. So I basically just use a cookie tray for easy holding and transfer. Basically put it like this. And have this like so. On here so that we can pour it. Alright. your pore. As I said, this smells really, really good. And what's really nice about this is that this same color will have a different effect or a different look with a white base as opposed to a clear base. And I'm going to spray every 2 just to make sure that we don't have bubbles. And they're popped. Look how gorgeous that is. Scoop, 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 scoops. I poured a little bit too much. Just a little bit too much. I am making a huge mess that I did not intend to make. And obviously I can, you know, scrape these. I'm just making a huge mess. Don't mind me at all. Okay, that's a little bit better, but not really. And I have just the teeniest amount left, right? I'll try and put in this for one over here. All right, so that is a whole batch done. And we make sure that we have it nice and even. Kind of upset about the little drippage there, but as I said, this is something like it's on the mold itself, so I can literally scrape it off and reuse it. That's not a problem. So I'm just gonna try my best to carefully, ever so carefully, move this, because see, there's already, I don't know if you could tell, but there's already a film forming, and yeah. And I almost forgot. So this is a lily and lemongrass soap, so I think it would be criminal to not have a little bit of lily and lemongrass be on it. And it smells really, really good. So I'm just gonna put little bitty pieces if possible. There might be actually like a whole flower on here. Oh, they want to do a whole flower though. I don't want a whole flower on it. I thought they were like separated into petals, and I don't want to do that right now. But you will be seeing the full like thing with the product photography, which will be nice. But I'm gonna do just a little bit of lemongrass on the tops. Do I? I don't know. I like want to, but at the same time I don't want to. Like, I kind of like how it just is itself right now. So I'm not going to. I think that's gonna be, if I decide to change it up, you guys will know because you guys will be getting the products. But as of right now, this is gonna be Lily and Lemongrass. And then you'll see the photos of the flowers on the actual product photography. Right now, I don't feel like messing it up. I think that it looks really, really pretty by itself. So what I'm going to do is very gently, ever so smoothly, remove this. That was cool. And when it's ready to pop out, I will let y'all know. For now, I'm going to get started on the next six soaps, and hopefully that goes a little bit better. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you so much. Bye.